My friend took me to the cutest fabric store today. It was like a little boutique fabric store in South Minneapolis. It's called Lake's Makery, and I'm just blown away about how much I loved it. Like, I'm never going to Joann Fabrics ever again. They had Merchant and Mills, and I mean, I don't really know any other fabric brands, but similar to that. And I did end up buying some fabric, but I got some other things as well too. So, to start, I got this Mending dictionary. I know that Mitch has quite a few things that I need to fix, but I also have some different jeans and stuff that have holes in it, and I just love the look of visible mending. I know some people don't, but I personally think it's really cool. And this book just has a lot of cool ideas of different stitches to do on whatever needs to be mended. So I thought it's nice to have a little resource guide. That sun is pretty cool. And the back of it has all these different stitches in it, so you can reference them a little bit better. So I bought that, and I'm really excited to start fixing things. And then I did end up getting, so I've been on the hunt for some trouser patterns. I just want a good staple pattern that I just make in like 20 different colors. Maybe not that much, but a lot. And I came across this Paper Theory pattern while I was at the shop, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Just elastic waist, pull-on pants. They have some nice pleats up here to give it some better shaping. And I'm going to make it in like several different linen colors, but also I think I'm going to do one in almost like a woolen Sherpa type pattern for a more loungewear version of it. So very excited for that. And last but not least, I got some fabric. I decided that I want to make the large version of the ZWStash Bag that I made a couple months ago. I made the small version here. And I want to make the big one now. So I found this canvas material in this buttery yellow color. It's showing up a little more yellow than it actually is. It's a bit more of a cream to it as well. So this will be a fun project coming up. But before I can start any of these, I have to finish a couple other sewing patterns. So I made myself the Zero Waste Gather Dress by Birgitta Helmersson, and as you know, that I'm making one for my friend as well in a different pattern, but we were just waiting on for her to pick out some buttons, which she did. She got these from the shop this morning. They are vintage buttons. They're from 1875 to 1930. They're tooled mother of pearl buttons, and they're really cool. If you look closely, they're all slightly different from each other. And just as a refresher, I am using this fabric here. So I think they will pop very nicely on this fabric. And how special it is to have vintage buttons on it as well. They had like hundreds of sets like these that were all curated or found and grouped together. Yeah, so cool. I'm going to be getting my buttons from here often, I'm sure. But yeah, so today I am working on finishing up her dress. All I have to do is sew on the edging that runs all the way down the front and then putting on the buttons, and it's all done. I also have another project that I started the other night when I was doing a craft night with my friends, but then I got to a point that required ironing and I just didn't feel like ironing, so I paused. But I will run and grab that and show you. Okay, so this is a top that I made a few months ago, and I don't think I actually ever showed you, but it is a boxy top. I don't know if you can tell. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. So yeah, it's this boxy top made out of a either double or triple gauze material. I bought this fabric from Joann Fabrics, and then it is the Agustina top from the fabricstore.com, and it is a free pattern. I'll link it below so you can have access to it as well. So I made it in the black, and then I also bought this white gauzy material, and here it is so far. I just have to finish up the hems, the neck binding, and then the sleeves, and then this one will be done as well. They're just really nice material. I love gauzy fabric, but it's just flowy and comfy and a nice staple top to have in my wardrobe. The shop that I went to today did have a lot of cute other colors in this material, so I may even make it in a few more colors or switch it up so I don't have all the exact same t-shirts. But these are the sewing projects that I'm working on and wrapping up, and then I'm gonna make a beautiful yellow bag. I started and have been exclusively working on Camisole number 2 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. If you remember from my last episode, I was going to use a 100% linen yarn from Lion Brand. Thankfully, I knit up my first swatch ever with it and found that I absolutely could not use that yarn. It was like the consistency of rattan, and that is not what I want on my body, or at least for this garment. I ended up purchasing the suggested yarn from Knitting for Olive, which is the cotton merino. It is a blend of 70% cotton and 30% merino, which I think will be an appropriate amount for this garment. I was able to find a color almost exactly the same as the yarn from Lion Brand, so I was super happy about that. It is called Terracotta Rose, which is like my exact aesthetic right now. So far, the only modifications I have made is I went with a tubular cast on instead of the long tail. At this point, I feel like I can only do a tubular cast on if it's a visible edge. Anyways, I'm loving how mindless the pattern is and can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all done. So the other night, one of the dogs, I will not expose your name, jumped up and punctured a hole in these cashmere joggers that I have. These were just store-bought, so it's a very fine knit, but you can see the hole right here. I actually didn't get upset because I was like, wow, I can actually make use of this mending dictionary that I got the other day. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I think I'm going to do, I'm not going to like sew a patch on like these jeans. I'm going to do more of a woven look like this, just over it, because it's a knit garment. And that is actually what it suggests in the knitted section of the book. And I think to start out easy, I'm just gonna do a simple woven like pattern like this. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Fortunately, I have somehow hung on to all of this embroidery floss that I had since I was like 10, maybe even younger than that, back when I was making friendship bracelets and stuff. And I actually still have a couple bracelets in here that I was making in the middle, and I never finished them, but I thought they were kind of cute. I just wanted to share really quick. So I have no idea how long ago I made this, but maybe I should finish it, because I would like totally still wear this even in the summer, and I have plenty of thread left. But tangent aside, I have plenty of colors to choose from. I think I'm just going to do 2 colors to start out, because it's just my first time doing this, and I do want to keep them pretty neutral to this gray. I don't want it to stand out too much, but I do want to have like a little bit of color, so I think I'm going to stick in the blues or greens family. So let's pick out some colors. Alright, so here is the entire rainbow of colors that I have. Like I said, it'd be kind of nice to stick with like a blue or a green, so I'm kind of leaning towards like this color, maybe? If you can see it, it still has some gray undertones. And then maybe one of these 2 greens. So I have 2 options here. This one might be a little too close in color, and it'll kind of lose its contrast. So I'm kind of leaning towards like something like this color here. And I think I'm just going to do a simple little crosshatch pattern, because it's a relatively small hole, so I don't need to do anything too intricate. So I think these are the 2 colors. They are the winners. Alright, well, of course I misplaced my embroidery hoop, so I'm going to improvise by using the bottom of this candle holder as like one of those, I don't know, what are they called? Aren't they like a mending mushroom or something? I don't know, that wood thing. So I'm going to use this as a base for now to do this. I'm sure everyone's going to be screaming, all the pro embroiderers out there, but whatever. This is what I have. I promise I'll get an embroidery hoop. So let's get into it. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'll go ahead and show you the little patch. I like the colors that I chose. I think from far away it's not like super noticeable, but up close you still get like a fun little pop of color and pattern. Obviously, like, this is the first time I've ever done it, so I still have a lot of practice to go, but really this is just fixing holes. And without an embroidery hoop, I think the bottom of the candle worked out pretty well. So if you ever like are trying to do something and you don't have all the exact materials that you need, don't be afraid to just use what you have around the house. So yay for mending! I think it's such a cool, I don't want to call it a trend, but it just seems like there's a heavy focus on mending right now, just because it's good to repair the clothes that you have, especially if you love them so much. So I love seeing all of the creative ways that you can do that and kind of turning it into a piece of art. And I feel like it makes clothes just very special and have a lot more character and stories behind the little patches. So I'm definitely going to be doing more of this going forward. So I did make a reservation at the Como Zoo Conservatory. So it's like a big indoor tropical oasis. I'm sure you all know what a conservatory is. I'm gonna head over there to walk around and just escape this gray, cold day, and I may bring some knitting with me as well to practice walking and knitting a bit more, because I haven't really done that since it's been so cold outside, but this is a very walkable area, so I'm gonna bring you along with me for that. Hi again. I just wanted to, I'm not talking to you, catch you up on some other things. So I have been working on the carpet coat from Fassett that I've been working on for a year. Like, if you watch my channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I did want to show you, just because I've made a lot of progress on it. I did stop or pause for a little bit to make the tank top because I just want it in time for a trip that I'm going on, but then I'll pick up on this coat once that's done. So as you know, I've already knit the whole back and I'm almost done with the right half of it. So I'll just kind of put it on and show you. Kevin, we're not playing fetch right now. Okay. So let's see here. So this is like the front of it. I'll stand up so you can see. And it just kind of goes into this sleeve right here. And I just have to finish this little section, add the ribbing at the bottom, and then also obviously I'm sewing this together and then adding ribbing right here as well. So really all that leaves me with is the left side of the cardigan, and then I can't remember if there's like a border that comes down the front here. It doesn't show the front in the pictures, so I don't exactly know, but I also know for sure there's a ribbing section right here too. So just a few ribbing spots on the left hand side, and this bad boy will finally be done, and I think it'll still be cold enough to wear it. It stays cold up here until like May, so I'll have plenty of time for this. That leads me into a small acquisition. I did end up buying some more yarn for another project, and that is James Watt's, shoot, I have to check my phone to find out the name of the pattern. 1 second. Okay, yes, so the pattern is called the Sungazer, and I'll show you a picture of it right here. The moment I saw this pattern, I'm like, I'm obsessed. I need to make that immediately. And I'm kind of hoping if I have enough time, if I finish that camisole number 2 that I'm making, I will be able to have enough time to make the Sungazer shirt for my trip to Florida Keys as well. So I'll go ahead and show you the yarn that I got for that. I didn't get the suggested yarn. It was, I believe, a Noro sock, and I don't really know why I didn't get it. Maybe it just wasn't the colors that I was looking for, but I found a very similar one. It's the same weight and similar fiber content. So I got Malabrigo's Susuro. It's a DK sport weight, 50% mulberry silk, 25% merino wool, and 25% linen. So I believe it'll still be nice and airy to wear in warmer weather, which is definitely something I try to consider when buying yarn for a t-shirt or a tank top. So I don't want to wear heavy wool in the summer. But anyways, I'll show you. I got 3 different colors. So this is the first color. It's this multicolor. There's a lot of different little accents in there. And then I got a solid color to put with it. And then also a slightly darker gray color here. Yeah, you like that? So online, I'll be honest, they looked like slightly brighter colors, and when I got them in person, they look a little more muddy almost, but I still think it's gonna make a nice top. I think I'm gonna use the multicolored one for the square in the middle, and then all 3 colors for like the sun rays that shoot out from it. So I'm very excited to make this. And then I just have one last acquisition. It is something that I got from my friend Magdalene. Thanks again, Magdalene. She asked my group of friends if anyone would be interested in this fabric, and I definitely said yes. It's just like this cream canvas material, and I'm thinking if I have enough of it, I'm going to make those Miller trousers from Paper Theory, the pattern that I got a few weeks ago now. And yeah, I think these will be really cool. The canvas isn't too thick. It's a very lightweight canvas, so it's not going to be too bulky, I don't think. And yeah, I recently joined a bouldering gym, and I think it'd be kind of fun to make these for pants to climb in, because I can like move around and whatnot, and it won't get too dirty looking from the chalk. So yes, very excited to make this. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I've been working on for the past month. I think I might back up my videos to be once a month because, to be honest, I'm a very busy person. I work 2 jobs, I have an active social life, I do a lot of cross-country skiing, and then I got the gym membership, and sometimes it's hard to just put the pressure on myself to be filming every other week, and also to like have enough things that I have made for you so I know that I have new content. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate everyone who shows up here every single time I post a video. And if you're new here, welcome. Again, as always, if you like what you see here, please like the video and hit subscribe as well if you want to see future content. It really does help me grow this channel to a wider audience. So yeah, I think it's great. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.